Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. Whenever this video finds you, I hope you're having a rad time. I'm the Figure Dude, and on today's unboxing, we have the whole first wave of the Monday Night Wars, Monday Night Wars collection, as well as Chase Paul Bearer. Without further ado, let's talk about some figures. Dude. Welcome back. Like I was trying to say, like I couldn't quite remember to say, we have the Monday Night War line, and if you are lucky enough this whole shipper has hit your Walmarts, I went and checked out one of my Walmarts on the way to work, and they had the entire shipper. It must have been fresh out. It was completely full, and the first thing I saw here was the Chase Paul Bearer, and I've been trying to get this Paul Bearer figure, and it is the Chase, and I wanted the regular, but I do have the Build-A-Figure of the regular Paul Bearer, so I was still happy to grab it. But the new updated body and everything is fantastic. I'm going to do a more in-depth review with that Paul Bearer figure. I'm going to unbox it in a separate video, compare it with my other Paul Bearers, Undertakers, whatever, all of that. Really today, I wanted to get everything out of packaging for the first wave of the Monday Night Wars line. So there was like I want to say there was 3 Scott Halls, 3 Hulk Hogans, 2 of each for Undertaker and Stone Cold when I was looking. So I don't know if that's a normal breakdown for everything, but that's about what I saw, I'm pretty sure. I want to get everything out. I want to put Lex Luger together. I'm really, really excited. I've been talking about this in my Monday Night Wars, or my Attitude Era showcase. So I'm excited for this. I'm excited for the next wave. I'm excited for so much about this line, but here's Scott Hall, Stone Cold, Hollywood Hulk Hogan, and then lastly we have this Undertaker with the new head sculpt. So I am going to unbox everything, and then I'm going to do a review of this entire first wave. All right, here we go. I'm going to take a look at the Austin first. I have been so excited to pick up this line. I'm glad that I was able to get it all in one shot. First thing with Austin, we get that Build-A-Figure torso for Lex Luger. And just unboxing, I'm excited for that Luger. I think the head sculpt looks nice, but we'll get there. We've got another beverage holding hand for Stone Cold on the right side. Got a fist for him, so no regular open hands, but that's perfectly fine with me. And then obviously the figure itself is what we're all here for. Here's the Austin with his 316 shirt. My feet are a little... The feet on these don't have a lot of range. So he doesn't stand very well. It's kind of disappointing. Maybe we'll heat that up. That'll be all right. I think it's just the actual foot is kind of frozen. You can see on the top there it says Stone Cold Steve Austin. Got the camo hat. Obviously, I haven't looked at the shirt. I like the jacket. I think the jacket, I wasn't collecting Mattel yet when they gave us the original Defining Moments Austin like this. Here's the Sierra Mist that he comes with. Oh, so there's no... Here, I have to take that jacket off. No Velcro on this. Just comes right off. I have no reason to take this off. I know some of the shirts that have had no Velcro have been a little bit difficult to get off. That's cool. I wasn't really expecting that. I was expecting either Velcro or I was not expecting a logo on the back. An issue I've been having with my figures here. This arm moves fine. Okay, this arm will move up, won't move down. One thing I don't like they don't always do this. They did it halfway on the Scott Hall, is that they don't put a wash. I don't like the jeans. I think they just look like blue sweatpants or athletic pants, and I don't think that looks great. I really wish they'd put the dry brush over these, which is not hard to do. It's just a couple minute job to do with customs, but I really would have liked if they would have given that to us. I think it makes it look way better. I used to have a Jax figure that was kind of like this, except it had a molded Austin jacket, and those jeans were a little darker. It's kind of what I think of with Austin. I was thinking that this was when he was like hunting Vince McMahon, and I looked up pictures when he was doing that. Like, there's an episode of Raw where Stone Cold was hunting Vince McMahon, and the episode ended with Stone Cold pretending he was going to shoot him in the ring, and then it was like a prop gun, like a dummy gun, and Vince McMahon peed himself in the ring, which is a real thing that happened in the Attitude Era. I thought that that was this attire, but I was wrong. That was from when he did that, he was wearing like a camo sweatshirt and matching camo pants, which I think also would have been really cool. But I missed out on that Defining Moments figure, so I'm glad that we got it here. I think this is a nice looking figure. I've been talking more, as I can't get this on. I've been talking more about how I would like more street clothes attires, and Stone Cold is perfect for that because he has a small range of in-ring attires. Man, one day we'll get this back on. Get that Sierra Mist. No, did we get rid of Sierra Mist? I think we have, did Starry take over for Sierra Mist? Sprite? I don't know. Anyway, there's Austin. Let's just put that Luger torso here. So Austin comes with cloth goods jacket, cloth goods t-shirt, couple extra hands, adult beverage, and a hat. It comes with a bunch of stuff. I really like that Austin. Happy with that one. This one was probably the one I was least excited for. I think this looks great, but I wasn't over the moon to get this Undertaker. If it wasn't for the Build-A-Figure, I don't know if I would have picked him up. I do really like the head sculpt. I've seen a bunch of people putting this head sculpt onto the Defining Moments figure, because this head sculpt is kind of big, so I do think it looks kind of big for the torso. But they made like a mashup of some different Undertakers we've gotten, so I did have those. Wanted to grab those and show what I'm talking about here. So the Network Spotlight figure that we got at Toys R Us had this torso. So here's the Network Spotlight figure. I can't remember if that's the original head or not. I did paint the eyes on that head sculpt just to give it something a little different. So you can see there matching torsos. They have different legs though. So the legs on the Network Spotlight are the like normal Undertaker legs. And then the legs on this new one right here are the, I lost my Undertaker. They are the Ultimate Edition legs. I had my Undertaker Ultimate Edition somewhere here, and now I can't find it. Alright, I full on lost that Undertaker. I had it set in a weird part of my man cave. I had to go searching for that thing. Here we go, here's the Ultimate Edition. So we used the legs from that one and the torso from this one. They kind of mashed it up, gave us a new head sculpt to go with it. So I'm glad that they gave us so we do have the Ultimate Edition boots on it as well. Because I don't think we have another, like we don't have a foot or boot mold that would match this in the Elite form. So we've got ultimate feet, boots, whatever. I think something about it looks kind of funny. I don't know if it's just the head sculpt, or I think like the torso. I feel like the torso should be a little bit wider. So when we look at the Legends Undertaker, this one has a wider torso. So we'll move these guys back out of the way. So this one, these guys both have the same legs. This one has normal boots. Then this torso is larger, and I just think that it looks better. I feel like the one on this new one looks a little too skinny for Undertaker. Let's swap some heads around. Now let's see how we're feeling here. I did forget the accessories. Let me find them while we're swapping heads as well. So another thing with this Undertaker that we'll talk about as I swap the heads. Ooh. So there again, I think this looks way better. Just this head is sized a little large, and I feel like that is okay with this one and the Defining Moments, or Ultimate Edition, excuse me. Here's this one again. I think this torso is just is just skinny and looks kind of funky. I did order the new From the Vault, is that what they're called? Ringside collectibles, that Ringside line that's going to have a bunch of old figures being re-released. I did pick up that Undertaker with the bat wings. I've wanted that for a long time. I was pumped to get that one in my collection. That's a good new generation Undertaker. Here are the extra hands he comes with. So these are the hands from the Hulk Hogan Ultimate Edition. So they've got like the actual glove behind them, which I don't know if that's accurate. I feel like he didn't have the MMA gloves quite yet, and I feel like they were just kind of like fingerless gloves, but they did paint them when we got them with Hulk Hogan. They just they were just all black with the Hogan. So yeah, I don't know. Not a taker I love. I really like the head sculpt, and that's about the only thing that saves the figure for me. I don't know if I'm gonna I don't know what body I'll end up putting it on. I don't love this skinny body for Undertaker. I do think that the other head looks okay. Maybe even if the head sat a little bit higher on the neck peg. I don't know, something looks a little bit off to me with it. The Build-A-Figure piece with the Undertaker is this Lex Luger head sculpt. Good looking head sculpt there. Next up here, let's take a look at the Scott Hall. Let's say Razor Ramon. So with Razor Ramon here, one thing I assumed we were going to get was an issue with the height. He uses the same legs as British Bulldog. British Bulldog and Scott Hall are not the same height. Scott Hall is a pretty big guy. This is one thing I feel like Mattel's really done, is made Scott Hall and Razor Ramon figures too short. They use the same formula for him, obviously, through all his figures. This one's a little different since he's in pants, and just by itself, I think it looks very good. I don't know if I could swap like the Eric Young Elite. Has like some big boots on him. I might try to put those on here and see how it looks. Well, I think that's gonna look kind of goofy. But here, let's just bring Stone Cold over. Stone Cold and Scott Hall are not the same height. Scott Hall is a very tall guy. I feel like they do a good job making Kevin Nash tall. Whoopsie. They do a good job making Hulk Hogan tall, and they kind of leave Scott Hall out. I feel like they just, I don't know, I just feel like they don't, feel like they look at him and think he's tall and skinny, and they focus more on having him skinny and not as much on the tall. So he's got small arms. These are the new Build-A-Figure legs. I was looking at these a little bit. They've got like a molded in belt loop, which I think, hammer loop there, which I think is cool. Obviously here we've got the dry brush on it, which we don't have the matching dry brush on the vest. I think it was Mad Reaper on Instagram has a fantastic looking custom Scott Hall like this. His is all dry brushed. He's got the, like, you put leather on the boots to give him the like kind of hangover look. Same torso that we've always gotten. This head sculpt is nice. When I turn mine though, it pops right off. It's kind of annoying. We did get an extra head with the Scott Hall, which I'll grab that. Definitely going to be dry brushing this. The mold for it's good. just very plain. Like same with the Austin. I don't like having just the plain blue. Yeah, as far as Nitro debut Scott Hall, I think it looks good. It's just a little small, and in general, I think they should make their Scott Hall figures a little larger. And here even is a Scott Hall NWO Elite figure, and you can see these guys next to each other. And there's a pretty big difference in height there, and I mean, the legs that they had on Scott Hall before were just like normal jeans, and I think that he would have been the correct height, but then, you know, people wanted the correct mold, and I don't think, like, these are pinless legs, so with pinless legs you can't just change the lowers, so we just got the Build-A-Figure legs, and I mean, I don't know, you win some, you lose some. We got the correct look, not the correct height, and I don't know if you prefer the correct height over the correct look, I don't know. I feel like it's kind of pro-con there, and to each their own. I think it looks good. On the shelf, I'll fudge it a little bit, but not the end of the world for me. Maybe I'll end up making my own custom with Scott Hall. I am very excited to get the new, the second wave with the Kevin Nash in here. What else did we get with Razor Ramon here? Oh man, we got all the goodies with Razor. So we also got the ponytail head, which mine looks might look a little wonky on the eyes there. 5 o'clock shadow in there. It looks very good. I wish they would make his hair a little bit longer. Like, I wish it went down a little bit further. That's just kind of nitpicky. I think this is a very good sculpt. This came with the Ultimate Edition. Then I think, so we've got some hands in here. We've got the surfer hands, his entrance hands or whatever. And then we've also got just some plain fisted hands, which we've also, I think, and a microphone. The microphone doesn't have any logos on it, but it has the WWE logo on it. There's no way they don't have a plain mold. I don't know, it's kind of annoying. I have plenty of microphones, not the end of the world, but I feel like that's pretty lazy. And then the rest here, we have the puffy shirt, as well as the Build-A-Figure arms. Which brings us to our last one today here. We have the NWO debut Hollywood Hulk Hogan. Let me get these hands out first before I keep talking. Anyway, here's the NWO debut Hulk Hogan. I know I saw this figure get a lot of flack. We get a crap ton of Hulk Hogan Elite figures, and I understand. I am, however, not burnt out on Hogan. I really like, so obviously my favorite thing to collect is first time in the line figures. I want to add new people to my shelf. But after that, I like to get moments. I like to get figures that represent certain moments, and that is what, like, this Monday Night Wars line is all about. The Hogan here is from his NWO like promo debut, not when he was the third man at Bash at the Beach, but when he debuted with the NWO. I don't know if the Hulkster on the belt is correct, but we do get all of the black, just the plain black shirt, which I don't know if this is like a new style right here. I don't know if we have other sleeveless shirts like this. I feel like this looks a little bit different than other stuff that we've gotten. The arms are the skinnier, well, maybe not skinnier. These might be the same, like John Cena arms. The skin tone is the hot dog tone, not the tan tone that we got on the 3-pack Hogan, which I will show. I've seen people post pictures. He's got the lone hair up there. I think that's really funny. These are the hands I was talking about with the like glove on them. You can see his aren't painted. I don't know if that's quite right with the Taker. I don't know if that's quite right with the Hulk Hogan, honestly. I think this is the new torso. Yeah. So this is the new torso that they gave for Hogan. I really like this torso. I think it looks really good. I think this head sculpt is new. I'm pretty sure so. It's a little more narrow in his face. I think it looks really good. It's really loose. I like the necklace here. I don't know if that's new. I know we've gotten a necklace before. I think this one might just be repainted. This is the same legs as his Legends figure, Hall of Champions figure, the WrestleMania 9 Hogan, and then the is it Bash at the Beach? I don't know if it is exactly Bash at the Beach. It was pretty close. Anyway, I think this Hogan looks very good. I'm happy with it. I'm glad we have this moment represented. And then I did want to grab the NWL Hogan I was talking about with this newer torso. So they share this same torso, but then they have different skin tones, which I don't know why. I don't know why we got two WCW Hogans with a different skin tone. See how they compare height-wise. Height-wise, they're good there. But yeah, same torso, different skin tone, and they didn't give him the older skin tone they've used, but I don't know, it's just kind of annoys me. I like to have uniformity with my figures, and this just, I mean, we got the same torso. I don't know, maybe we'll probably just end up getting these re-release and greatest hits in 10 years, and then they're just going to make us buy all these Hogans again. So we'll see what happens when we get there, but that is the full first wave. And again, I'm a massive Attitude Era Monday Night Wars fan. This set was a no-brainer for me. I didn't even consider, not going to try to wait on it, anything like that. So I picked it all up immediately. And another thing with that is that I need this Build-A-Figure. So that Hogan comes with the legs that are pinless. Gene mold, but they're pinless. I'm kind of behind on Build-A-Figures. I haven't really picked up the what am I trying to say? The pay-per-view series, like the Royal Rumble. I haven't picked up that Survivor Series set. Man, this is tough. There we go. This Build-A-Figure torso is new as well. I haven't picked up the Virgil. I think this is the same torso Virgil has. And the British Bulldog and Nicholas. I need to get all those guys. I'm glad they're finally going to normal torsos for Build-A-Figures, so we can get so many more things, which we are already. We're getting the John Cohn figure, that referee figure. Man, these are plugging in pretty snug, so I hope they stay. Some Build-A-Figures, some of the older ones, like the referee ones, don't stay in very well. You know what? I said the surfer hands are for Scott Hall. They might be for Lex Luger to do his hands on his hips pose. So I'm from Wisconsin. I have family that lives in Minneapolis. Okay, I don't think I can get this on with hands. And I always loved the Mall of America when I was little. And I thought WCW being in the Mall of America and Lex Luger debuting at the Mall of America was so cool. So cool. I wasn't there. I think I was like 4 years old. Good Lord. There we go. Puffy shirt, check. Let's grab those hands on the hips. Hands. I think this is the best Luger head sculpt that we've gotten. I don't know. I don't know if this has the right amount of puff to it. He wore a very puffy shirt. And the final piece here is this head sculpt, which is brand new, which I do think is the best. Holy moly. I'm about to bust the peg trying to get this thing on. Ugh. There we go. Maybe, no, I still don't think that's all the way on. Man. I am struggling. There he is, mostly in his puffy shirt. Glory. What a fantastic figure. I am so excited for the rest of this line. I know we've already seen Harlem Heat, and who is Harlem Heat, RVD, and then who was the fourth one in there? Set. Oh, as the Nation of Domination Rock. We're getting Kevin Nash. I can't remember who else was with Kevin Nash. Nope, that is not coming to me at all. Anyway, that is everything. That's the unboxing today. Like I said, I'm going to take a look at the Paul Bearer that I picked up a little bit later. I think that this set is awesome. If you are a fan of the Attitude Era at all, I think this is an easy buy for these. Individually, like, I think that I really like the Austin, really like the Scott Hall. I like the Hulk Hogan. Obviously, it's pretty plain, but that moment is very iconic, especially just the Attitude Era, if not just wrestling itself. The Undertaker figure, I think is fine. I like what they put into it. I like that they gave us that older torso. They gave us the Ultimate Edition legs. It's just the head, I think, looks, maybe if the head was sized a little bit differently, I'd like it. I just think it looks a little goofy on that body, but overall, and then including the Lex Luger Build-A-Figure, I think it's an awesome set. I had no buyer's remorse here, and which has stopped me kind of from getting some of the other Build-A-Figure stuff. But anyway, that is everything. I'd like to hear your guys' thoughts on these. I know Build-A-Figures are a little polarizing. Some people like them, some people don't. I was going to get this whole set anyway, so being able to get the Build-A-Figure is pretty cool. But that's going to wrap everything up today. So if you like what we're doing here, please go check out the rest of the channel. Please leave a like, share, subscribe, all of that stuff. And remember, you can't buy happiness, but you can buy more action figures. Figure Dude out.